Kestle from Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, and I own Motorfab, and this is my 1972 Holden Torana that I've brought to the USA for PRI show and to race over here. It's a Holden platform, which is Australian's version of GM. Traditionally they only came out with a 6-cylinder Holden engine. There was some 4-cylinder models. I've put a small block Chevy in there, Power Glide 9-inch. It's a tube chassis car, steel roof and quarters. The engine itself is a 400 cubic inch. It's a 4.125 bore, 3.75 stroke. It's got top fuel hoops. All of the forged and billet internals. It's a pretty strong little engine. I've run this combination in other cars. Not quite this combination, but close to. This one will be the strongest one I've ever run. And we run some pretty big boosts through it. Right, so I was building the car for a while, here and there, and these things get pushed to the side of the shop and not finished. So business was a bit crazy, and then all of a sudden I decided that, hey, I'm going to make it for PRI this year. So I took a car that was literally, the body wasn't off the chassis. The chassis was maybe 50% finished. From there, got it to where you see it now in 6 weeks. It was a big push, and then we had to get it because of our shipping date. So it spent 10 weeks on the water, sort of a week either side of cargo handling and customs and stuff like that. So it's a 3-month operation to get it here, and quite an expensive operation as well. But yeah, we're here, we made it, and everything kind of happened just in the nick of time. I did, with my other car back in Australia, I raced in the Farm Truck and Asian show and did some of the street outlaw stuff. I really enjoyed that, and made a lot of really good friends with some of the cast and crew from that from the Street Outlaws fraternity, and yes, I've kept in touch with them, and I'd really like to do some of the racing that they're getting involved with, from street to cash days to all that sort of stuff. Whatever I can get in on and have good close racing, good fun, I'm into it. I was very busy and really focused on no prep stuff, and I didn't really even think too much about Redwood Rally, and it wasn't until someone said to me, hey, you got a radiator. You can run this thing. The cooling system's good. These things run pretty good because they got a good block casting. So we'll be doing Redwood Rally in September. And also we had I'm trying to capture the name. I think it's Sick Week because it's got so many little events now. Tom Bailey reached out to me from Sick Week and asked could we bring the car down there, but we're not going to make that. There's too much still to do on the car. The Power Glide is 3,000 horsepower rated, all billet internal, built by BTE. I've got progressive dumps, bolt together converter, billet converter, all that sort of stuff was all built by Full Race, James Horan in Australia. He does things a little bit differently, and he's got some little magic he puts in there, and so he's looked after all that side of things. The engine is built by Abbott Engines in Australia. It's top fuel hooped, it's dart heads, dart block. It's evolved over a period of years. I ran a very simple combination to start with, the 366, and then as we sort of found the limits of different things along the way, we've upgraded. So this is the latest version of that combination I've been on from now for about 10 years. And I think this one's definitely a lot stronger than the previous ones. I've made 1950 on the previous combination with a single. This one's got a lot more, and that was turbo limited. So this one's got more turbo. We can't make more than that. And that one didn't have the top fuel hoops. So with the ceiling, the turbo, we're going to make north of 2,000. All controlled by Haltech. It's got the new Nexus platform in it, which is, I'm a tuner. Haltech is a really good platform to work with. And this new Nexus program with the PDM, they run a direct wire. So you've got channels that you can run straight to your fuel pump, water pump, thermo fan, no relays. One wire direct there. That wire will actually sense load in the pump itself. If you've got a dying fuel pump motor or something like that, it'll sense a load, and then you can actually pulse the thing intermittently to keep it running so that it gets in a drag and drive scenario, it'll get you to your next stop. And then it can actually trigger a limp tune where you pull timing out, pull boost out, and you safely make it to your destination. A lot less wiring, a lot less things to go wrong, less connections, no relays. So that's really like a revolution in the aftermarket ECU world.
So how quick do you think this car is going to run?
It's no prep, I can't tell you that. Built this car as a YouTube project along the way, so it's been labelled from the start the 6-second Torana build. So I won't stop until it runs into the sixes. But it'll run deep into the sixes, I'd imagine. It's surprisingly deceiving. It's actually 103.5 wheelbase, so it's Fox body. But in the original car, what you start with, the heaviest of this model, which is the 4-door 202 6-cylinder, is 500 pounds lighter than the lightest Fox body. So this car is extremely light to start with. Carbon Lab, one of our good sponsors, has kitted this whole thing out. There's carbon fibre in every single piece you can make carbon fibre of this car, and it's very light, extremely light. So big power, light car, it should go pretty quick. Have I driven anything this crazy? No. I've run sort of mid-sevens in quarter-mile racing and in eighth mile, what would equate to mid to low sevens. So this will be a new experience for me.